This is a continued tutorial on how to set up your fields from the select headings. In the previous tutorial we talked about the EID and using the dummy number, the visual ID and big input list, and in the owners and drop down lists and clear on save. If That's stuff we've already covered in the previous video. In this tutorial I'm going to show you about comments list and automatically setting things to fast list, big input list, and locked comments. So for these fields I've already set them up, and we're going to explore some of their settings. So I'm going to go back into select headings and see here where I've added the names to the list that we've already been working on, and we're going to go into their settings. Now for comments, we're just going to click clear on save so that it will empty the field when we're done saving, and click accept and accept. Now comments is a field where you would not know what you are going to say, so we can't really make a drop down list for that. But say you have a common theme like frostbite that you want to make a note about. So frost bite, and we'll say it's in the left ear. You notice our comment box got much bigger when we went past it, and that's so if we keep writing that it has space to write upon. If you're done writing, just click on another field and it will shrink back down. Now if you notice over here in the options field we have some options, and we're going to talk about this add data to fast list. I'm going to show you what that does for our comments. If we were to click save data and we go to our comments, say we have another animal with frostbite in the left ear, we can click this down and what we wrote has been added to our fast list. If we go to our select headings and our comment settings, what we typed was saved to our fast list because of the option that we checked on the options screen. So without adding anything right here, we can hit accept and accept again. And if we get rid of this and say we have another comment that we couldn't foresee, maybe the front right hoof was bad. So I'm going to put front right and hoof bad. We're going to click out of that. If we do the same thing, if we fill in the animal's information, say 4, 5, 8, accept, and this was a heifer, and we click save, now we have two things in our drop down list. So every time we enter something into the comments field, it will add it to this drop down list. That's what this option does. Now for the vaccination number, this is when you have a combination of words and numbers, and to make that easier on ourselves, we're going to go into our select headings. In our VAC number setting, then we check big input list, and I'm also going to check clear on save, and hit accept and accept. I'm going to show you what that does. Click out so we shrink that box that we don't need, and we go into our VAX number. Now this is like big input list, but instead of colors we have a list of words that we can make. It's similar to our drop-down list in our settings where we would type, missed the V, VAC. Click this little plus sign right here and we have our list. So if you make a whole bunch of words that you would use, or like a brand number, anything you need, there's no limitation. You can put in a lot of different words, and you can say the VAC number was 789. Now we have the append list to postfix checked right now, and I'm going to show you what that does. If we click accept, then you notice it put the number we put in and the VAC at the back. With a check mark right here, the postfix means it will put this word, whatever word you have selected, at the back of the number. If you uncheck that, and we'll say this is a brand, you can click accept, and it will be brand number 789. So that's how the big input list works. It makes a list of words and numbers that you can use. And now the locked settings are a little tricky. This would be for if you have a note that you want to keep for all the animals you're working with and to not be able to change it later by mistake. So right now our locked field is empty, and it's important to do this before you lock the comment, is to put your comment in here. And I'm going to say that we're working with cows with mad cow's disease, so we're going to say these are mad cows. And it's important I put this text in first before I go into select headings. And I come in here and I click the lock field. I'm going to go ahead and click accept and accept. Now, if I click on out to shrink that, you notice that this text is grayed out. That means I can't type in it anymore. I can't delete it. It won't let me do anything to it. That's for kind of like a permanent comment to the animals you're working with. So even when I save and I have to put in the EID and the visual ID to save the animal, but we'll fill up this all out anyway, and I click save, this was not erased, which is good. But here's a mistake that you might want to avoid when you're working with locked comments. If you go to the tools, select headings again, and go back into our lock settings, and you click clear on save, this will erase our field after we've saved an animal, despite that it's locked. And also, while I'm here, I will also want to point out that mad cows was added to our fast list because of the options that we checked on the options screen. It adds it to all fields when we type things in. So with this, if we try to save it right now, it'll give us this little L right here, and that's because we didn't fill out the EID or the visual ID. So it's letting us know that we can't save it quite yet. So I'm going to fill those in. Say it's black 55. Then we're going to say it's brand 75. And that it's a steer. And now when we click save data, our locked settings was cleared. And we can't click back in there to add it back. So make sure when you're working with the locked setting in the lock field that you do not check clear on save. So that is all for this tutorial. If you need further assistance, be sure to check out the rest of our website or call our help hotline number. And thanks for watching.